How the lip of the tube is touching that dowel rod, it's going to kind of get in the way. We've done it like that, or if you like, take some newspaper and just roll it up and tape it. Makes life a little bit easier. Okay. So then we're going to put this across two tables with lots of newspaper underneath us. I'm going to need volunteers to hold this glass.
Hold it. If you guys can stand on tables if you need to see
Yep.
what he's doing. Because next week you're doing it for real.
Next week you're doing it for real. Okay, so here's my solvent. Here's my epoxy. There's my epoxy.
Here.
So, how much epoxy do I use? Well, let's see which one of these is thicker. Which one's flowing faster?
That one.
The red or the black?
Black.
I think the red's flowing faster than the black.
What?
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
So do the black first. How much? Do a circle until the sides of the circle touch the long sides of the pan. Take this off. I wish they had smooth pans, but they don't. So I'm going to put a circle in this until the circle expands and touches the long sides of the pan. And I'm doing, this one takes longer to expand, so I'm going to go a bit slower. This is like watching grass grow, isn't it? Okay, that's going to touch the sides of the pan. Have the solvent open before you mix the epoxy. So there are 3 types of solvents that are used, depending on how fast you want the solvent to evaporate. This is alcohol.
Okay.
It's called denatured because they've added poison to it. They did that during Prohibition, so you didn't drink it. Otherwise, you could drink that stuff, but it's got poison. So alcohol evaporates. Alcohol takes about half an hour to evaporate. If I want a fast solvent, I'm going to use acetone. If I want a slow solvent, I'm going to use MEK, methyl ethyl ketone. Why would I use a slow solvent? It gives me longer to work. Okay, I have cut myself somehow.
Oh. Ouch.
On the lid, no.
And Mike.
Nah, I'm good.
Bleeding.
Now, this tray is not smooth. There are ridges on the bottom of the tray. Why am I telling you that? Because while you're doing this mix with solvent, the stick can get stuck, and then it'll free itself, and you flick solvent on other people. Don't do that.
Okay. You guys kind of special like that.
Okay, so the epoxy's mixed.
You're gonna have a solvent.
I will add the solvent for you.
Oh, okay.
How much solvent? About that much. Okay.
Red paint.
Now, this is when you're stirring it in. It's dissolving in the solvent. If you're not careful, you will fling it on your teammates. Don't do that. Come on. It takes some time to dissolve. It doesn't completely dissolve. It takes time. All right, I need 2 people from your team. All right, step over here, please.
I thought you weren't gonna do
All right,
it.
now.
Okay with this and that.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to have this. Notice it's falling off. I need you to hold this in place on the edges. Okay. Now hold it down to about 3 o'clock. Right about 3 o'clock. Okay. All right. What color is that cloth? White. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to ask you to do that again in a minute. It's not a trick question, I promise. Yeah, that cap. Okay, so now the solvent is dissolved. You'll notice there's still some goop on the stir stick. So don't get the stir stick. Be careful with the stir stick. I tend to just throw it right down there, okay? So I'm going to use 2 techniques. First off, very light touch. You're either going to use a brushing technique or you're going to use a dabbing technique. So I'm going to start, the fiberglass has been kind of laid across, and I'm going to start top dead center, and I'm going to brush it towards the outside. So has the fiberglass changed color?
No.
It's becoming a bit, can you see how it's clear?
Yeah.
So what is your visual indication that the fiberglass has wetted your cloth?
It's clear.
It becomes clear. Okay, there you go. Okay, you're gonna wanna move your hand. Okay, so now I've come across the top. So now I'm gonna work my way back towards the seam, starting at the center. I'm using a very light touch. You don't need much. And you can see when the glass gets wet because the glass becomes clear. Okay, we probably don't need you to touch that anymore. I don't want it to get epoxy on you. And then I'm doing this seam. If you need to see this walk around, stand on tables, start from the center, work your way out. Very light touch. This has my DNA on it. Okay.
Yeah. Draw that.
Why do I think someone's going to have that on their Penguin rocket part? All right, so what now let's do is, now let's start to turn it. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do now is, again, I'm going to start the center, and I'm going to work my way down, and then I'm going to work my way out. Very light touch.